I am reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and I use this to keep track of the new words I find while I'm reading, okay? So I found this word, appalling. I think it's pronounced appalling, I'm not sure. It's an adjective and it means awful, terrible.
Appalling. Appalling.
Yeah, so I think I did a good job pronouncing it. So here is an example. His conduct was appalling. So this was new for me, appalling. And another one that was new for me, pester. And it means, it's a verb and it means trouble or annoy someone with frequent or persistent requests or interruptions. Like in this example here, she constantly pestered him with telephone calls. Let's check the pronunciation. Pester.
Pester. Pester.
Another one that I think I pronounced right. And this one, tapeworm, it's a noun and it means a parasitic flatworm, the adult of which lives in the intestine of humans and other vertebrates. So, kind of worm. I'm pretty sure it's tapeworm, the way it's pronounced.
Tapeworm. Tapeworm.
Tapeworm. Okay, this one is very interesting. Altercation. It's a noun and it means a noisy argument or disagreement, especially in public. For example, I had an altercation with the conductor. Very interesting.
Altercation. Altercation.
Altercation. And what about this word here? Holler. It's a verb and it's used of a person and it means to give a loud shout or cry. He hollers when he wants feeding.
Holler.
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 It's more like holler than holler.
Holler.
Yeah, it's holler. Okay, next one. Fled. Fled is the past and past participle of flee. Okay, so this one is from the book. I burst into tears and fled to Calpurnia. Flee is like to run away, right? And this one was new for me. Fret. It's a verb and it means be constantly or visibly worried or anxious. Let me see the example. The example is from the book. Don't you fret too much over Mr. Jam. I liked this. Let's see the pronunciation.
Fret. Fret.
Fret. Don't you fret too much over Mr. Jam. So this is what? What do you call this? A fragment, right? A fragment. This is a fragment of the book, okay, that I found very interesting. Let's read. Don't you fret too much over Mr. Jam, she began. Mr. Jam? Yeah, he's about Mr. Jam now. He ain't that old, I said. All he needs is somebody to beat him up, and I ain't big enough. So what I found interesting about this was that Jam was turning 12, and then Calpurnia decided to call him Mr. So that's what I found interesting about this. When to start calling someone Mr. or Miss. So Jen was turning 12, so that's when she decided to call him Mr. I found that very interesting. And this word, lonesome, it's an adjective and it means solitary or lonely. I wonder if people still use this word nowadays. She felt lonesome and out of things. This is very interesting because there is a word in Portuguese, Bode, and this is bode. It's a verb and it's used like this, bode well or bode will. Let me check if it's bode or bod.
Bode.
Oh, it's bode. It means to be an omen of a particular outcome. And I didn't know what omen was, so I checked. An occurrence or phenomena. Okay. Be an omen or be an omen. Omen, I think it's omen. Be an omen of a particular outcome. For example, their argument did not bode well for the future, and I think it's clear how it's used here. So this one, I think it's interesting because of Snapchat. There is an app, Snapchat, and I found the word snapshot in the book, and the book is pretty old. So I decided to check this word, and it means it's an informal photograph taken quickly, typically with a small handheld camera. It makes sense. There is an app called today Snapchat. And this one, Enclose, I just wanted to check because we all know close like on the front door of a store you can see the word close, right? But enclose, it means often be enclosed. Okay, it means surround or close off on all sides. I saw this. The entire estate was enclosed with walls. So this is just another fragment of the book that I write down just so I can remember where I stopped. So let's see what it says here. I think it's pretty funny. Dio concluded by saying he would love me forever and not to worry. He would come get me and marry me as soon as he got enough money together. So please write. So this was Scout reading a letter that Dio sent her. So I stopped at 1931. That means 7:31 p.m.